mentally, like, my brain has never slowed down. And it is quite stressful sometimes. It is a little overstimulating.
500 million people around the world today have been diagnosed with ADHD. And so many of you have asked what herbs are helpful for focus. So today I brought us a guest. I brought in our resident ADHD expert here at Grace Walk Farm. This is my son, Walker. And Walker, do you have ADHD?
Most definitely.
So Walker is 18 years old, and he is well acquainted with finding natural ways to help him focus.
I've obviously experienced it for my whole life. I will start by saying, starting young, I never was put on any like medicines for it, nothing like that, and I'm very thankful for that. I do have a lot of friends as well that have ADHD, some of them on medicine, some of them not, but it's impacted me quite a bit. I know a big part would be like in church every Sunday. It's really difficult even now for me to sit still and like focus in on the sermon. So some things that I found that help are like drawing, sketching, any kind of fidgeting. I know back in like 2016 to 2017 we had the fidget spinners, and those were big.
Silly putty.
Yeah.
Silly putty in church a lot.
Absolutely. So like, things like that. And then I started martial arts at 13, and that really helped. So I know with being able to zone in your mind, and I mean, in the dojo and in the school, moving around when you weren't told to move around just wasn't an option. If you did that, then, well, you're doing either push-ups or they'll give you some way to move around that you don't want to do. So, being in martial arts, that helped me probably more than anything so far, just because it gave me the mental discipline to know and to be able to control it a little better. Mm-hmm. However, my mind is moving at 1,000,000 miles per hour, even when my body's learned to be still. Mm-hmm. So, you can use fidgets, you can use martial arts, you can use your tools to slow down your body on the physical side, but mentally, like, my brain has never slowed down.
One of his jobs, and this is actually kind of big news, is Walker started part-time this week in our herb shop packing orders for you guys. So that's been a lot of fun for us to work together. But we are introducing a brand new tea blend today specifically for focus. And all of these herbs would be helpful and supportive for ADHD, but they're also helpful and supportive if you are just struggling with focus. Now, as a mom, I have some pretty strong opinions about ADHD.
No.
And part of that is because I have spent nearly 20 years advocating for this guy. And what I have observed is that in like my group of mom friends, as our kids got older and it became apparent that some of the children had ADHD and some did not, the ones that had ADHD, I always call the sizzlers. Walker is my sizzler. And what I mean by that is Walker is always bringing the party. He's never boring. He's always fun. And when he was little, that extra energy and sizzliness is what could get him in trouble. Because there were times when he needed to sit still, like when we were at church or in the middle of a math lesson. And then that's hard, right? But what I did not want to do was mute Walker's sparkle. I did not want to medicate the personality out of my little boy, because the thing about him where he is a little spicy and he is a little all over the place, it's what makes him so fun to be around. It's his superpower. And so in no way would I ever want to like remove that from him. So today we're going to make a tea blend together. And this is going to help us both because I also struggle with focus. And, ADHD can look different in different people. I feel like it's a very umbrella diagnosis, but ADHD can affect a lot of people in different ways. So for you, how would you describe how it affects you?
Okay, so I've seen a video, and this describes it very well. This is a funny skit, but it describes it very well. Imagine 400 internet tabs.
Yeah. They're
all 400 open. You got 14 movies, 27 games, and you have no idea where the music is coming from. That's just my brain all the time.
That's your brain
That's
with
my
ADHD.
brain. And it can be fun sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest thing that I think, and you touched on it a little bit already, we're all made a certain way. God designed me to have ADHD. I have it for a reason. I believe everyone has things for a reason. And myself, and others may disagree, but myself, I'm much more comfortable taking something that God gave me and using another thing that God gave me, the herbs, as a way to learn to control it versus taking something that man made, which I don't think is all necessarily bad, but I do really, myself, I prefer things that are given to us by the Lord. I think that we can grow everything that we could possibly need. So
yeah. So herbs always remind us that God has a greater design, and even the plants are there for our good. We just have to learn to use them. So today we're going to talk about 8 different plants that can help with focus. They all help in a slightly different way, but we combine these 8 into a tea blend, and I call it Focus Tea. And it's really good for all ages and stages of people, except you are not going to take this one during pregnancy. So we're going to mix this one today and talk about each ingredient, and Walker's going to help me mix it. And meanwhile, he is going to taste test this blend. We already blended a cup of it for him this morning. So I want you to taste test
it?
Yeah, let's see what you think. He's had it cooling enough he can taste it.
First off,
now, do you normally like hot tea or cold tea?
I'm a cold tea guy. I don't like hot tea just because I don't really like hot drinks. Even when I get coffee, I get iced coffee. So
yeah. So that's a good point, because a lot of times people think herbal teas have to be taken hot, but you can drink them like an iced tea if that's what you prefer. But today he's going in for the hot, so he can try this.
All right, are we ready?
We're ready. Tell us what it tastes like.
It smells very minty. It smells very good.
Okay. Be honest. Hurt my feelings if you need to.
First impression, it's kind of imagine warmer water, but with a hint like spearmint / peppermint flavor to it. Like it's just like a minty water, honestly.
Yeah, it's like peppermint tea. It's very mild. So peppermint is a primary ingredient in this tea, and that's the main flavor that you get.
I like it. I could drink it.
Yeah.
I bet it'd be really good cold.
I think it would be cold. So let's mix a batch together. How about it? So we're going to start with our main ingredient herbs. And you guys remember, when we mix a tea, we always have a primary herb, which is our main ingredient. It's bringing our main herbal action. And then we have secondary herbs that come in and they offer some supportive actions or even some extra flavor profiles. So in this case, we are going to start with an herb called hibiscus. So you want to open it up?
Let's do it.
Give it a smell. See what you think of hibiscus.
Drum roll.
Drum roll. So hibiscus is super high in vitamin C. So a big perk of adding hibiscus is it's going to help keep you from getting sick. It's a big boost of vitamin C.
It smells fantastic. It's a very unique smell.
Yeah, it kind of smells like cranberries.
Maybe that's what it is. I'm trying to think about what it's very good. It smells very good.
Yeah, some people call hibiscus the Florida cranberry because it has that similar flavor, but you can grow it in the South where it's warm.
And it's pretty.
It is very pretty. It's a bright red color. So hibiscus is a cooling herb. It cools you down. If it's hot outside, you can drink hibiscus tea and it'll cool you down. But in this case, for focus, hibiscus is going to cool down the racing thoughts. It's going to calm the mind down. So like you were talking about, you have learned to control your body, but it's still hard to control the mind. So that's the job that hibiscus is going to do. It's going to kind of cool down your thoughts and just calm everything down a bit. So we're going to start with, get you 2 big scoops. I'm going to let you mix it today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and we got gloves when it's time to actually touch, but you can scoop without them.
So is that considered a big scoop?
Yeah, that's perfect. We're going to do 2 scoops of hibiscus. Good job. It's so pretty, you guys.
Dramatic effect.
Dramatic effect. Okay, that's good. Now let's grab the next one. Beside of it is lemon balm. Shocker, I know. I put lemon balm in everything. But lemon balm is truly so good for so many different things. It's a multi-purpose herb.
Smells great too.
It does smell really good. What's it smell like? How would you describe lemon balm?
Okay, it makes me think of like a 68-degree spring day.
Yeah.
Like a sunny day. Because it's very lemony, but it smells like spring.
Yeah, it reminds you of spring. We grow a lot of lemon balm here on our farm.
You know what it might be? Think about this. You got to envision this. Close your eyes. Think about it.
Okay.
All right. It's spring. It's like 68, 69 degrees. It just got done with a shower, so it's a little like the grass is wet. You can smell the rain. That's what this smells like.
That's what lemon balm reminds you of.
Yep.
Okay, well, give us 2 scoops of lemon balm. I love it. So lemon balm eases anxious energy. So like nervous energy. Yeah, that's perfect. Let's do 2 of those. It calms the nervous system down. It calms down that fight or flight response. So if, for instance, you tend to be hyperactive and then it makes you anxious because you're trying to calm yourself down, but you can't calm yourself down, lemon balm. Lemon balm helps bring some calm from the inside out. So our next ingredient is going to be peppermint. Peppermint brings flavor, but it also helps with focus. So peppermint sort of wakes you up as a stimulating herb, and a lot of medications for ADHD are stimulant medicines. So peppermint brings a little bit of a stimulant effect, but it also is just really clarifying. It kind of opens your mind up and helps you think straight.
Well, I was going to say, I just took a giant whiff of it, not expecting how strong it was, and I felt like my sinuses just opened right up.
It can do that as well. It can open your sinuses.
It smells great too. That's strong though. I wasn't expecting it to be that strong.
Yeah, so we're going to do 3 scoops of peppermint.
Okay.
Because it's bringing a lot of flavor to our tea. So peppermint can also boost your memory. And there have even been some studies done where they tested students taking tests if they had peppermint tea or if they did not have peppermint tea. And the ones who drank peppermint tea were able to remember things better. So helps with memory. Next, we're going to grab some Tulsi or holy basil. Now, we've used this herb in other blends, but Tulsi is another good multi-purpose herb, and it is a great balancer. So whether you are hyperactive in your mind or if you're hyperactive in your body, Tulsi is going to kind of calm it and bring everybody back to midline. It's a balancer. So we call this the great balancer.
This one smells very unique. Like, it smells really good.
Yeah.
But I've never smelled anything like that one before.
Yeah, it kind of has like a spicy scent, it reminds me of like Indian spices.
That makes sense.
Yeah, which Tulsi is grown a lot in India. Oh. This Tulsi was grown in America, but a lot of Tulsi is grown in India. So it's a good one.
Smells good.
Yeah. So we're going to add 2 scoops of Tulsi.
2 scoops.
2 scoops of Tulsi. And then I think we're through with our main herbs, and then we're going to add our secondaries. So we have added peppermint, lemon balm, Tulsi, and hibiscus. And these are all helpful for focus. Good job.
Dramatic effect.
Good job. All right, now we're going to move on to our secondary herbs. And each of these bring another benefit to the party. So we're going to start with one called Skullcap. Have you ever heard of Skullcap?
I don't believe I have.
So it's called Skullcap because the flowers kind of look like little helmets.
Oh, okay.
And so it makes you think of a skull. So Skullcap is a calming herb, common theme with all of these. But Skullcap specifically supports overfiring in the nervous system. So if you're a little on edge, Skullcap can kind of calm that down.
Cool.
So give it a whiff and see what you think.
I'm gonna sniff it, guys. I'm gonna sniff this one too.
We're gonna do a scratch and sniff. See what you think of that one.
Man, what does that smell like?
I smell it.
For whatever reason, this makes me think of Tractor Supply, guys.
It has sort of a green smell to it. It maybe reminds you of animal feed because of that.
Maybe that's what it is, like the goat feed.
Mm-hmm.
It smells good. I like it.
Yeah. So we're going to do 1 scoop of that. And you can get it. I was going to say, if you can't get in there, have a little scooper.
Oh, we got it. Is that too much or is that good?
That's good. That's perfect. So Skullcap is one that I reach for personally if I'm having like sensory overload. You know what I mean? Like too much noise, too much going on, and I'm just overloaded. That's when I reach for Skullcap. It can kind of calm the inner noise down and help you rebound and recover after sensory overload, especially like if you have social anxiety and you don't like being in crowds of people. That's me. Skullcap is super helpful. It can kind of help the mind rebound.
All right.
Okay, the next one I bet you've heard of.
Okay.
The next one is called Ashwagandha. You heard of that one?
I have heard of that one. That's very popular in the gym environment.
So he works in a gym. Tell me what you know about Ashwagandha.
Okay, so I don't know much of anything about it.
Okay.
I've just heard a lot of people talking about taking it because it's a good, healthy way to just boost, I guess, the things that you need to gain muscle and speed it up. But I don't know much about it, so I'm eager to learn.
Okay, so Ashwagandha, we're using Ashwagandha root.
It's very strong.
It is strong. It's a potent smell.
It smells good too, though. They all smell good.
So here, use this. We're going to do just a little bit of ashwagandha. So if you were using like a measuring cup, I would do half of one part of ashwagandha.
Is that too much?
That's perfect. So ashwagandha is like a stress shield. It's an adaptogen, and what that means is it helps your body adapt to stressful situations. So people do use it for muscle recovery a lot after working out because it helps the body adapt to what just happened at the gym. But it also helps a lot with mood support and emotional regulation. So if you tend to be moody and irritable or like extreme ups and extreme downs, then ashwagandha could be helpful for you. Ashwagandha also can increase testosterone, and so a lot of men really like it because of that. So we're going to add just a teensy bit of ashwagandha to this blend. All right, next up is an herb. The final two herbs are herbs that I know he knows because they're herbs that we grow in abundance here on the farm, and they're herbs we cook with all the time, which is why my jars are very low on these. So the first one is rosemary. So did you know that rosemary helps with focus? It does. I'm going to give it a smell.
I love the smell of rosemary, though. Makes a great car air freshener.
Mm-hmm. It does smell good. Okay.
How much would you like?
Let's do 1 scoop of rosemary.
Oh.
You got it? You might have to like kind of, you can just dump it in.
You want to use all of this?
You just use all that's left.
Let's
There's
do
just
it.
a tiny bit left.
I mean, we can just...
So you can remember rosemary is good for focus, and rosemary is the remember all herb. Rosemary helps you remember. And there's actually been some research done that rosmaric acid in rosemary can protect the brain as you age, and it can kind of protect against dementia and cognitive decline, and it just improves memory overall. So rosemary.
Who would have guessed?
I know. And then the final herb is an herb known for wisdom, bringing wisdom, and it also can help with concentration and focus and memory. So this is sage. Sage is known as the thinker's herb because it helps you think clearly. Give it a sniff. What's it remind you of?
Do you use this when you cook a lot?
I do.
That makes sense.
I use it for one holiday in particular. I use it a lot.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
I can't wait for Thanksgiving this year.
Well, and speaking of, I actually have something really special planned for our friends online for Thanksgiving. I'm going to do a whole special where we are going to cook with herbs for Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm going to show you how I cook an entire Thanksgiving meal for my family.
And that means that you guys are going to get to watch her cook, and I'm going to get to eat what she cooks. So, right on.
I think we should bring Walker back to help cook. What do you think?
Y'all going to have to leave some comments if you even like me being here, all right? I want to see some positive comments down there. I'm going to be looking.
That's right.
I'm going to reply to some of them. Watch and see.
Okay, so let's add... if you're going to use the small scoop, add 2. Or we would do 1 of a big scoop.
I don't think I can get the big scoop in here.
And don't stress about measurements and proportions when you're blending your teas. And if you don't have all of these ingredients, just use the ones that you have. They all offer good benefits.
One right ingredient is better than no ingredients.
That's right. But the good news is, if focus is something that you struggle with and you need a tea to help with that, this tea blend is going to be in our shop starting today. So this morning I added Focus Tea to the shop, and I'll link it for you in the description. And we'll put a little link on the screen here so you can see where to get to it. But this blend is now officially available. So order some, and Walker here will pack it and send it to you.
Cheers.
So let's mix it. You want to do the honors and mix it today?
Let's do it.
All right, put you some gloves on. We're going to keep it
hands
clean.
are clean, guys.
Keep it clean.
My hands are clean.
All right, so just get your hands in there and just start mixing it all together. This is the best part.
This is. It's like playing in the dirt.
Is fun.
It's like playing in the dirt.
That's right. So
remember when I made you those mud castles? Yeah, you loved them.
I did
indeed. Or pies.
Mud pies.
Not castles.
You made castles too.
I need this concentrating tea, guys. My brain thinking about castles.
That looks good. Okay. So when it's all mixed up and ready, you can just store it in a mason jar. And then when you're ready to make a cup of tea, you're going to use 1 teaspoon for a cup of tea. Now, if you order a bag of Focus Tea from our shop, it will come with 2 cups of loose leaf, about the amount we've mixed here. And that's usually enough for around 30 cups of tea. So you should be able to get about a month's worth of tea if you drink a cup a day from 1 bag. So you can order that in our shop. But the main thing, the main idea that we want to leave you with when it comes to focus or ADHD is a lot of times the world calls things like ADHD a weakness, right? Or they act like it's something we need to medicate out of people or remove somehow. But I would argue that people with ADHD are superstars. They have incredible power, and because they are able to think about 57 things at one time, they can do things that people who can't think that way can't accomplish.
Well, and I'll add to that, you know, experiencing ADHD for 18 years, kind of like you're saying, since I can have multiple things on my mind, like physically multitasking can be difficult for me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Mentally multitasking, super easy. So I can think about 5 or 6 or 7 different things at one time, and I can get really good at multiple things at one time just by thinking about it.
Yeah.
So like working in the sales industry, I can really get good at sales tactics because I can think about multiple tactics at the same time. So
I love it.
It's a superpower.
Okay, so last thing before we go, what would you say if there is a mom who's watching this and they have a kid who has ADHD and is struggling? What would you say to that mom?
If it was easy, everybody would do it. It's not meant to be easy. It's meant to be a struggle. I think that God gives us struggles to make us better and to build character. So if you have someone, whether it's a son or a daughter, whoever it may be, that has ADHD and they're struggling really bad, lean into it. Lean into it. Just show a little bit of grace, show a little bit of mercy, because it is very difficult. However, at the end of the day, once they master it and they get really good at controlling it, it becomes a gift, and it becomes something that they can use really well to get really good at a lot of things.
Yeah.
So don't take away the gift that God has given them.
That's right. Every kid is a gift. And a lot of times what we think is a weakness is really a strength. It's just all in the way we look at it. So I'm super proud of my kid with ADHD and all he has accomplished. And I'm proud of the man he has become. And so I wanted you guys to meet my Walker and hear a little bit about him and his story. And would you believe this guy? I know we're sitting down, so it's hard to tell, but he is way tall. Like, how tall are you now? Go ahead and stand up. It'll cut your head off on camera. Look at this. Look at this. Can you believe this? He's so tall. So, you know, it's hard to believe how our little guys grow up, but I'm so proud of him. Thank you, Walker, for being on the video today and meeting our friends. And you guys, if you want a bag of Focus Tea, or we have our other blends, Flu Balm to help you when you're feeling sick, Hormone Harmony if your hormones are raging, girls, and Cup of Calm if you're stressed out. We also have a Better Sleep blend to help you rest. and now a brand new 5th blend, Focus Tea. And we will see you next week for another lesson on herbs that heal. We'll see you next time.
Right on, guys. Oh, we're recording?
Yeah, it's really
Oh, these are gonna be good bloopers. There's only one thing we need is for you to get out. I'm just kidding.
The work is sassy. Okay, you ready?
Alright, lock in.
Here we go.
How do you make a thumbnail?
The first one's the worst. You
Come
ready?
on,
Here we go.
spit it out.
Here we go.
You got something on your face.
Leave me alone.
It's called beauty.
Alright.
Here.
Take 2.